I'm going to share with you my experiences and tips if you are thinking about renting a Tesla from Hertz. All right, so for our most recent road trip, we decided to go from Los Angeles to Burbank over to Denver. And for the Denver side of things and our road trip, we rented a Tesla from Hertz. It's a Model Y, long range. And I just wanted to share some of the tips that we've experienced along the way so you know what you're in for if you're thinking of renting from Hertz and getting one of these Model Ys. So one of the tips right off the bat, renting process is pretty easy via the app. However, we did run into an issue. It's not on Hertz side, it wasn't their fault. It was actually our flight got changed from an 11 a.m. flight to a 7:20 in the morning flight, which means we arrived in Denver a little bit earlier. So it took 3 phone calls to get that changed from a 3 p.m. pickup for this car to an 11 a.m. pickup. For why it took 3 calls, I have no idea. But it did take 3 calls, and it wasn't until I mentioned I was a gold member with Hertz, which, by the way, I just signed up for. It's free. I've had no history with them. But as soon as I mentioned that, oh, they changed their tune. Yeah, we'll just change that right away. 3 p.m. to 11 a.m., no problem. Why did it take 3 phone calls at like 45 minutes each on hold? No idea. The other issue we had is once we arrived in Denver to the Hertz rental pickup, we're supposed to arrive, see our name up on the screen, go to the stall, and just drive away. Unfortunately for us, our name wasn't on the screen, so we had to go to the the front desk and talk to people and see what was going on. Turns out they had no Teslas available. This is an area that I read an article that there are 5,000 Teslas under the Hertz rental brand name that you can rent, and they only had 3. One was being washed, one was being charged, and another was being software updated in the middle of the day. Why would you do that? Have these cars ready for people to just drive away. So I told the lady behind the counter, I'll take the one being charged. I don't care. If it's being charged, I know how to charge the car. So we'll take that one, and it won't be any big deal. So that's the one we got. It's the one behind us, Model Y. And that took about 10 minutes for the car to show up, and they did a really bad job of trying to clean it and wash it and stuff like that. But that was another issue that we had with this Hertz rental, that even though it says on the website, guaranteed model, we rented a Tesla Model Y, it said guaranteed model, they had no car for us. So I'm just letting you know what to expect. Don't believe what they say on the rental process. Once we got the car, it's a Tesla experience. However, if you are a Tesla owner and you are used to using your phone as everything involved with this car, you're gonna have a little learning curve. And what I mean by that is they are going to give you one of these. Now, of course, you have one of these as a Tesla owner. They put theirs in a fancy plastic key thing. But you are so used to using your phone as a key, using your phone to open the car, using your phone to pre-cool the car. There's going to be a learning experience involved when it comes to Tesla owners renting a Tesla and relying only on the key. They do not give you any app access whatsoever. So I'm going to give you a tip that I think you should do. So as mentioned, they give you one of these, and only one of these. So if you have 2 drivers, this next tip is going to help you as well. So you take this, you've got your original Hertz key, bring one of your own keys from one of your Teslas on your trip, or both. You can assign as many cars as you want to this key. So one of the first things we did when we got the car is we assigned my personal key to this car using the original. That way, if we lock one of these in the car, we still have a backup and can still use the car and still get in the car. Also, this helps if you have 2 drivers. One key for one person and another key for another person. It's just, it's super simple. It takes 5 seconds, and I highly recommend it. So another thing to make your rental actually a little more enjoyable is if you have a Spotify account, go ahead and log into that. You'll have all your playlists, all your music, all that stuff. However, when you return it, make sure you sign out of that account before you hand over the key card to Hertz on the final day. Make sure you sign out of that, and also sign out of that key that you made. Just remove that from the list of keys under the locks. This is a 2021 or above Model Y long range. I don't actually know because it's not my car and it doesn't really say the model year on the screen. However, we know it's a 2021 and a half or above because the center console has been refreshed. One thing I want to let you know, if you rent any car whatsoever, you should take photos on site showing Hertz logos, showing the Hertz parking lot, or any rental parking lot for that matter. Take exterior shots, take interior shots. You kind of want to prove that any of the damage that is received was there already. And one of the things, as you know, with Teslas, one of the things that is heavily damaged are the wheels. Make sure you take pictures of the wheels. I believe, let's take a look together, but I think all four of these are completely and utterly curved. Actually, oh, there's a little bit there. All right, so not proving me wrong. By the way, look at the panel gaps on this car. Absolutely not Hertz's fault, not renter's fault, but man, that looks open, and I can tell you, it's not open. Yeah, look at the damage on this one. All the way around. You gotta figure people are renting these cars to see what's going on. Oh man, I didn't even notice this here. I've been driving around like that. That looks superficial anyway. But also curved. And they washed the car ahead of time, and I kid you not, this is how it looked. Right there. Bugs. So clearly they didn't ceramic coat this car. So like I mentioned, this is a long range, dual motor, not performance. It does come with a standard autopilot. There's no full self-drive. On the rentals, it does include premium connectivity, which is nice. I love the name of this one though. Look at that. I don't know how that happened. 21,718 miles on this particular car. It's pretty beat up. The good news is the glass seems to be holding up on this rental. Oh, it's been replaced. I think here in the corner it doesn't say Tesla. PGW, I don't know what kind of glass that is, but I think it has been replaced. But overall, I mean, it's holding up well to the rigors of a rental situation. Seats are looking actually pretty good. That looks kind of normal for a Tesla. Steering wheel is holding up well. I mean, these cars take a bigger beating than, you know, a car that's owned and babied and washed and all that kind of stuff. Has the original floor mats, which actually, surprisingly, this side is holding up pretty well. So what else can I tell you about the inside of the car? Here's where I was telling you about the locks. I added my own key card right there. And they've got their Hertz locks here. Oh, we've been having an AC issue. It's been giving us this message: climate keeper unavailable due to system fault. And it's, I kid you not, we've had to have it on 10 at times just to keep up with the air. I did do a soft reboot, a hard reboot, all kinds of reboots, and it's still showing up at random. So I'm not sure about the AC. Obviously that's, you know, not Hertz's issue either. That it should go in for service, but I doubt it will. I think we're on the latest greatest software, 23.24.1. So at least they're keeping them up to date. A tip while renting from Hertz: make sure you take a picture of all the supercharging sessions, because you're not going to get a record of those, and if you need to dispute anything, you'll at least have screenshots of those. Those are my thoughts on renting a Tesla Model Y from Hertz. I would say go ahead and do it. They have the largest electric fleet there is. It's not even Teslas. There's all kinds of different electric cars you can choose from with Hertz. Just be mindful of the things that I told you about today. It's not as smooth or as seamless as you would hope, or as it could be. However, they are new to this space. It's kind of understandable. They're learning as they go. They're learning as the customer base grows and changes as well. So there is my experience, my tips and trips for a Hertz rental Tesla Model Y. What have your experiences been? Tell me down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Have you had better experiences? Have you had worse experiences? I'd love to know. And as always, if you're new to the channel, just checking us out for the first time, feel free, like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I can't tell you how much that means to the channel. Liking the video is huge. If you hit the subscribe button, we love that. Thank you so much to everyone who already has, and watching another video from us. We'll see you next time.